Welcome to Coin Explorer. A 1967 United States dime can look ordinary at first glance, but this date belongs to an important chapter in American coinage. It was made during the transition away from silver coins, a change that created several details collectors still study today. The coin shown here is a Roosevelt dime from 1967, and its face value is 10 cents in the United States. Most circulated examples remain close to face value, while exceptional condition can make a major difference. That is where this coin becomes interesting for collectors. The obverse features President Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with his portrait designed by sculptor John R. Sinek. The inscriptions include Liberty and In God We Trust, while the date 1967 appears near the lower right side. On the reverse, a torch stands at the center with an olive branch and oak branch beside it. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength. The reverse also carries United States of America, e pluribus unum, and one dime, completing the classic Roosevelt dime design. One detail often causes confusion on this particular date. The 1967 dime does not have a mint mark. That absence is completely normal for this year and does not automatically mean the coin is rare. During the period from 1965 through 1967, mint marks were omitted from circulating coins. Coins from multiple United States mint facilities were produced during this period, so a missing letter is not a special error here. Collectors should focus much more on date, condition, and genuine varieties. The 1967 Roosevelt dime was produced in enormous numbers, with more than 2 billion examples struck that year. Because of this large production, ordinary circulated pieces remain common, and many examples can still be found in collections today. Some may even appear in old coin jars or rolls. Age alone does not automatically make this dime valuable. A coin nearly 60 years old can still be common, so collectors usually examine preservation, surface quality, sharp details, and overall eye appeal before making any conclusion about value. This dime was made from copper-nickel clad composition and is not a regular silver Roosevelt dime. The coin weighs approximately 2.268 grams when uncirculated and measures about 17.91 millimeters across. Its edge is reeded, as expected for a United States dime. The outer layers contain nickel over a copper core, reflecting the composition introduced during the silver transition. Because of this, the metal itself is not the main attraction. Collectors focus primarily on condition, preservation, and unusual characteristics. For an ordinary circulated 1967 dime, expectations should remain realistic. Many examples trade near face value in everyday condition, while some price guides list modest values above 10 cents depending on preservation and demand. However, a listed guide value does not mean every coin sells for that amount. Actual selling prices depend on the buyer, marketplace condition, and overall appearance. A damaged or heavily worn coin may be worth only face value, while a sharply preserved example can attract more collector interest. The biggest difference comes when the coin is uncirculated. An uncirculated coin shows little or no circulation wear, and collectors closely examine the highest points of Roosevelt's portrait, including the hair, cheek, lettering, and other raised details. Marks from contact with other coins can reduce desirability, while strong original luster can make an example more attractive. High-grade coins are often evaluated through professional grading, but certification does not guarantee a particular selling price. The market still determines what buyers are willing to pay. There is also a special category connected with some 1967 coins, special mint sets, commonly called SMS. These pieces can display sharper details and better surfaces than ordinary circulated examples. Their appearance may look more impressive, but an attractive finish alone does not prove rarity. Collectors compare strike, surface quality, and overall preservation carefully. Exceptional SMS examples can command substantially higher prices. One recorded example graded SP68 sold for nearly $10,000, but that was an exceptional certified coin, not a normal 1967 dime. Auction history shows exactly why condition matters so much. A PCGS-listed 1967 SMS Roosevelt dime reached $9,987.50 at auction after receiving an SP68 certification. That result represents an exceptional top-level collectible example, not the normal market value of the entire 1967 issue. Other certified pieces have sold for much less, with prices varying from hundreds to thousands, depending on grade, quality, and demand. An auction record is evidence of one specific transaction at one time, not a guaranteed current price for every similar-looking coin. The coin shown in this video should not automatically be assigned a high value simply because it is from 1967. A photograph cannot establish an official professional grade, and lighting can make surfaces appear brighter than they really are. Camera angles may also hide marks, wear, or cleaning. The coin should be examined carefully from multiple angles for scratches, discoloration, cleaning, and contact marks. A professional opinion may be useful for exceptional pieces, but grading fees may not make sense for ordinary coins. Collectors should also be careful with supposed mint errors. Not every unusual mark represents a genuine error created at the United States Mint. Scratches can occur after a coin enters circulation, while damage can create shapes that look unusual or dramatic. Machine marks are also frequently mistaken for rare varieties. A genuine mint error requires careful examination, and, for valuable claims, professional authentication can be important. The date alone does not create extraordinary value, and the missing mint mark on this coin is not an error. When checking your own 1967 Roosevelt dime, start with the basics. Confirm that the date clearly reads 1967, then examine the obverse portrait under good lighting. Look carefully at the hair, facial details, lettering, and overall surface. On the reverse, inspect the central torch and surrounding branches. Check for heavy scratches, unusual damage, or signs of cleaning. Then compare the coin with certified examples from reliable sources. Do not compare a worn coin with a perfect specimen, because condition differences can create enormous price differences. The most realistic conclusion is simple but important. Most 1967 Roosevelt dimes are not rare treasures. Many circulated examples remain worth around their face value, while better preserved coins can bring modest premiums from collectors. Exceptional certified SMS examples can be much more valuable, and documented auction results prove that possibility exists. However, an auction record does not apply to every coin. The exact grade, condition, finish, and variety must match the comparison. That is how responsible coin collecting actually works. This coin is valuable as a piece of American history because it represents the years when the United States Mint changed coin composition and temporarily removed mint marks. Those details make the 1967 date especially interesting to collectors. The coin is common, yet exceptional examples can stand apart from the rest. That contrast is what makes coin hunting so fascinating. A simple dime can lead to deeper research and discovery, but before spending one, examine its condition carefully and let evidence determine the final value. So what should you remember about this 1967 dime? The missing mint mark is normal for the year, and most circulated examples are generally close to face value. Uncirculated and special mint set examples can be worth more, while exceptional certified pieces have achieved much higher auction prices. The strongest values depend on verified condition, quality, and genuine rarity. Never assume a dramatic auction price applies to every coin. Compare the exact coin with reliable market records, because in numismatics, the smallest details can make the biggest difference.